As you may know, Minecraft has 6 different types of wood in the game. When it comes to building, each has a different use, and today I'm going to be making a build for each type of wood, as you probably saw in the title. And if you haven't already, please go down there and consider hitting the subscribe button, because over 80% of you that are watching aren't even subscribed. But guys, let's get started and jump down into the world for our first build, and the first type of wood we're going to use is the classic oak. So guys, for this challenge, I decided I'm only going to use that type of wood. I can't use any other types of blocks, but as you can see, I'll use like oak leaves and lanterns and glass. Those are the only exceptions. But what I went for here was a type of classic oak style starter house. With your typical triangle roofs and nice windows, I extended this out to the side and realized maybe I should just do this a third time. So I stuck another roof on there out to the side and extended it all the way down and decided, well, I guess it's been working. Let's just do it one last time. Finally, once I saw how this looked, I decided if I just copy this to the other side, it would probably look better if it was fully symmetrical. So as you can see, the next thing I did was copy it straight over, and now we have a starter house mansion. I found it was really hard to just use that type of wood, so oak was at least a good one to start with because it's basic, and at least I can use the wood, which is a little bit darker than the planks. And I think the way this turned out was actually pretty good, and you can see I did use cobblestone there just for the paths, but other than that, this whole build was made out of only oak. I think I can say I'm pretty happy with this build, and although it's only oak, I think I was able to add just enough depth and detail to make the build look decent. And yes, I have my FOV up way high just so we can get the whole house in this frame. But guys, next we're gonna go for something a little bit harder, and we're gonna go for birch wood. And birch is kind of a tough one because yeah, it's not that nice and nobody really likes birch wood that much. So I think I'm gonna try something modern and strange, maybe some circles. I don't know. I think we just got to experiment with some crazy stuff. So bear with me, guys. Let's hop into this. All right, so here we go with birch, and birch is just such a horrible color. It's so hard to build with. So like I said, I wanted to go for something kind of modern, and as you can see, I'm adding in some circles here. Kind of looks like a greenhouse almost, but I just stuck with this circle vibe all the way around the thing, and you can see on this side, I take it basically to the extremes. Now, I know this doesn't really show off what you can do with birch, but maybe that's the point. You can't really do too much with birch, and you know, it has its uses in select areas, but when you can only build with birch, it's really hard to make it look good because they are all the exact same color. And there's no way I'm going to use the normal birch log because that is just ugly. But here we go, guys. Finished design, super modern, spacey kind of theme, and I actually think I did a pretty good job with this and shows off birch's color as best as you possibly can do, I guess. Alright, here I am back with normal sized FOV for a normal sized house, and I think we did a really good job here. I'm super happy with the way this turned out. I actually surprised myself, honestly, because when this first started, I was seriously concerned. I think maybe I could round off this a little more as we're going for more circles as opposed to square edges. But guys, I think we did a decent job with birch, and honestly, I just kind of want to get away from here, and let's do another hard wood. I think this is probably going to be the hardest wood to build with. We're going to try, oh gosh, we're going to try the jungle. So to start off with the jungle wood, I decided why not just make a huge tree house, and the way I wanted to do that was obviously in a jungle tree. So I flew over to a jungle and started making a massive custom jungle tree, and I had a lot of trouble making this tree. The leaves were not cooperating, and I eventually just kind of gave up on it and went for, you know, the classic circle tree house in the middle of the tree. I apologize if it's hard to see because I had to set the time to like sunset because the tree was completely shading the whole build. But I just went for a series of roofs and areas in the tree just to make it kind of look like a home, and it ended up looking sort of like a face. You know, it was a difficult build. I think this was the hardest one of the whole video, but I went for the classic spiral staircase all the way down the tree, and in the end, I was actually kind of happy with how it looked. You just kind of have to, you know, step back a little bit. Alright guys, so here we are at the jungle house, and it's a little bit hard to see, so if I come in here, we'll probably be able to see it better. But you see, as I was building this, I realized it looks like a face. I mean, look at this. You can, the mouth, the nose, the eyes. I mean, that's just, this is a shame. This is how it turned out. But honestly, this is kind of a cool tree house. It wraps all the way around the tree, gives you plenty of space. There's even an underside in here with the tree as well, a deck under here, and then the staircase all the way down. Obviously, I think ever since the beginning of this build with the struggles in the tree, I just was destined to not do great on this because tree houses are really hard for me, and this was just a difficult build. But guys, let's not go anywhere because we're gonna go and we're gonna do an easy one. We're gonna go do spruce, and you guys know that it's got to be medieval, right? The good thing about spruce is that you have so many different colors you can work with, and when I say so many, I'm obviously just comparing that to the other types of wood, where here you have the logs that are this dark color, but then you also have the other spruce colors, which is the light brown, and then you also have the trapdoors and stuff to add detail. It was just great. You can see here I went for a medieval style mansion manor type of build, and I wanted to go a little bit different and pretty asymmetrical here. So I have two roofs connecting to each other, kind of like a L, and there's an entrance right in the middle, and at the end here I decided there has to be a tower. There's always a tower in my medieval builds, and I had to have it in this one as well. And in the end, I think this so far is my favorite build because this just worked out so much better than the other ones so far, and this one and the oak one both just have something about them where the fact that it's all wood actually makes it look nicer. So good old spruce, and I know I just said that this one worked out better than the others, but I just want to say, honestly, all of them except the jungle one have gone really well, and I honestly surprised myself with all of these builds so far. The jungle one, it really was just the tree that threw me off. But guys, this one really, I don't know, something about it looks so cozy, and just walking up on this porch, and I really like this build a lot. It came together so well, and spruce is just so good for building medieval. I mean, there's no other type of wood here. And next, I think we're going to go for dark oak. We're going to leave acacia for last because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. But for dark oak, I kind of want to do a tower since we haven't really done a tower yet, and I don't know, see what we can come up with. So here we go, guys. We're jumping into the dark oak build, and this one, just like the spruce, is a little bit easier because the varying colors in the stripped wood and the normal dark oak really help to be able to add somewhat of a different color into the build. As you can see, I was going for some special roof designs, and very quickly I decided that this build actually would probably look best as not a tower but a windmill. So that's what I did. I tossed it on, and I realized I'm going to have to use trapdoors as the propeller blades, but it ended up working really well. Finally, I added a little piece of roof out to the side and then another one slanting down from that, and the dark oak build came together really well, and again, a really cool build made out of only wood, and not only that, only one type of wood. And another build done. This one, the dark oak. I think we did a really good job with this one. I'm super proud of how this came out, and the windmill actually ended up coming out cool with the trapdoors. I was kind of scared about how I'd make it work without wool and stuff, but that actually worked out well. Now, everything so far has gone fairly well, and we have one last type of wood to do, and that is acacia. So for acacia, I'm planning on heading over to a desert and making some kind of desert build, and hopefully we could just pull this off really well and finish off the video super strong with another really good wood build. So let's get it going, guys. So for this one, I wanted to go for the typical desert style house, kind of boxy and some interesting towers and other pieces around. And if you've seen my Cornerstone SMP series, you will recognize this style of building really well. The best part about acacia is that it's so different. There's an orange and there's a gray. So I used both of those colors really well together and made this tower in the middle and went a little crazy with it, as you can see at the top. But in the end, I was very happy with how this tower came out, and it was time to fill out the rest of the semi-platform that I designed here. So on the left side, I threw in just a super simple little box with a railing and everything. And then on the right side, I went over there and did the same thing with one taller in the back, as you'll see. I was really worried about this build in the beginning, as you heard me talk about, but honestly, it came out really well and is honestly one of my favorite ones that we did today, and even the palm tree on the left side. I think we can call this another success. Well guys, all my worry was for nothing. We did it. We got the beautiful acacia wood build going in, and I kind of forgot that acacia logs were gray, which was going to help us so much in this build, and so did the leaves to brighten up this desert landscape. But guys, that's going to do it for today's video. We were able to make a build using every single type of wood in Minecraft, and I want to give a shout out to my Discord server for doing the suggestion for this video. Thank you so much, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, I know these exist. If you want to see me do those woods and other blocks, leave your suggestions down below, and thank you so much for watching. And once again, subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you next time.